If you watch the trajectory of the space shuttle, it doesn't go straight up. It always goes in a curve and out to sea. The point is that they actually go horizontal. The space shuttle goes horizontal. It never goes any further up. It goes horizontal, very, very low down in the atmosphere, because it drops its external tank while it's still in the atmosphere. So, you know, it's still in the atmosphere while it's horizontal, so it never gets any higher. And it goes out of sight, not because it goes too high, because it goes too far downrange. And it seems that nobody's ever on the space shuttle. And the proof of that is the Challenger disaster. In, I believe it's 1986, the Challenger exploded just after takeoff and killed 7 astronauts. But it turns out that 6 of the astronauts are still alive, and most of them are using their original names. And you can find pictures of them. They're using the same names, and they're doing ordinary jobs now. Teachers, lecturers, lawyers, whatever. But they're still alive. I think it's a mock-up. I think it's an empty shell, and literally just dishes in the sea, out of sight. And they have a plane that's mocked up to look like a space shuttle, and you can see whenever the space shuttle lands, you can hear it. It's a loud jet engine. You watch any video of the space shuttle landing, you can tell it's a jet engine. It's a jet-powered aircraft. That's it. It's not a glider. In my video, I show you a glider, how that seems, and then I show you the space shuttle, and yeah, it's not a glider, it's an aircraft. And that's what they're fooling us, taking billions of dollars in and giving us images and fake planes for that 10 billion, you know, however many billions of dollars it is.
Engines at 65%, 3 engines running normally, 3 good fuel cells, 3 good APUs. Velocity 2,257 feet per second. Altitude 4.3 nautical miles. Downrange distance 3 nautical miles. Engines throttling up. 3 engines now at 104%.
Challenger, go at throttle up.
Challenger, go at throttle up. 1 minute 15 seconds. Velocity 2,900 feet per second. Altitude 9 nautical miles. Downrange distance 7 nautical miles.
The last thing anybody wants now is an emergency. But like everything else, they're ready for that too.
Once the crew are on board, if it looks as if they're in danger, they get out and head down this tube, specially insulated against fire, and zigzagging down not to some point out and away from the rocket, but to an escape room exactly where you'd think it shouldn't be.
Three and a half minutes after they get the warning in the capsule, the crew could be down here in the blast escape room via that 200-foot escape tube, 40 feet below the base of the rocket. They find themselves in a totally rubber room, walls and floors, and they head for safety through a 6-inch steel door. Once they're behind that door, it doesn't matter what comes down this tube behind them. On this side of that door, the rarely seen blast escape room itself. It's totally isolated from everything around it by a series of 24 giant springs underneath the floor and shells all round it of steel, concrete and sand. It contains enough food, water and air for 20 people for up to 24 hours, and it's all around the edge. There are these foam rubber shock-absorbing seats, as you can see. The room is built to withstand the simultaneous explosion of every drop of fuel on a Saturn V. And in that event, strapped into your shock-absorbing seat, if your rocket did blow itself to bits 40 feet above your head, all you'd feel would be a mild rumble from somewhere up there.
Look how cool that is! Whoa, look at all the smoke coming from the bottom.
Bright yellow.
This is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I know.
This really is cool. Look at all the smoke. Make sure you get all the smoke, because I need to bring this to school. I'm just going to get so drunk on here. I'll turn the video off, the sound off. You're going to have to turn the sound off. Look, it's changing colors because of the sun's rays. And that it's hotter. The smoke is blue by the aircraft because it's hot. Oh. And then as it cools, it's changing colors. Zoom out a little bit. Really? I'm teaching this. Is that blue means hot? Right there? Yes, that's why it's blue, because it's burning at the hottest temperature. Why are they and as it cools off, it's changing colors. Well, maybe we're going sideways. We're not going sideways. Look, it's clearly an arc. That is I don't know why they're going sideways. We'll Google it. Are you googly? You googly. I'm such a good Googler. They look so far away.
Ladies and gentlemen, they just had separation from the main rocket.
Oh, you see that? Look at the rocket separated.
The rocket boosters falling away.
Wait, what? You see the rocket boosters fell off. You can see the little dot. Where did they go? So they're in like a different, I don't know. The rocket booster falls off and then they go and float into space. And it burns off into the atmosphere, and then the spaceship keeps going. I love how the whole plane goes. I know, everyone just got up and started walking around the plane. And look at the smoke. Get the smoke. Smoke's a different color. That is the coolest plane ride ever.
That was worth the delay.
It totally was worth it. I would take the 2-hour delay from Friday for this. You know what? That makes up for the 2-hour delay on Friday. You're right. Look at the rocket boosters are just kind of floating there. I know, I can't see because you're in my lap. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, that's all right. Go ahead.
You see the bright light back there?
Incredible.
Wow.
You still see it?
Yep, awesome. It's in the camera. Look how fast that's going, man. Look how fast.
Are you getting it on video?
Yep.
Yeah, folks, space shuttle's going off the right side of the aircraft right now. Those of you on the right side of the aircraft, you can see the space shuttle.
Wow.
If you're on the left side of the aircraft, you can probably see people on the right side of the aircraft looking at the space shuttle.
Plane's going to tip over. Nobody's leaning on the right side. That is remarkable. I would actually set it to VIP section and watch it launch.
Yeah.
But I've never seen it from the air.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Come on, they're right, buddy. That's great.
Do you still see okay?
Yep, thank you.
Now listen, we don't want to have anybody complain because we were late. See, y'all got to see that. Then you can complain because we were late. Got it? All right. Drinks are on the house, too.
We can pan over real quick so I can get a full shot of the ground and everything. I know. I think that's good. What do you think?
Oh yeah, I'm still in awe. Yep.
It looks fun to me. It's in space. Or is that it?
Yep, I think that's it.
Is that what always happens? Does it always go like that?
Yep.
It looks fun to me. Is that what always happens? Does it always go like that?
Yep.
It looks fun to me.
All right.
Oh no, it's going down! It's going down!
Scientists.
The Deep Space Network's 3 stations cover the whole sky. Any mission more than 30,000 kilometers away from Earth is visible to at least one station all the time. Geostationary orbit, where we keep most of our communication satellites, is further away than that.
We really have 3 complexes around the world.
Vehicles armed. 3, 2, 1, fire. Missile away. +5. +10. Burn out. Good burn. Copy, good burn.